Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Jonathan and I look at tech companies for investors. And today I want to have a look at Stripe. Now, before I actually get into this, you can't buy Stripe just now because it is not a publicly traded company. But it is due to IPO in 2021. So I figured before it IPOs, I could give you a little bit of information about what Stripe offers as a service. Please do not base any buying or selling decisions on the content of this video. I know it's not a publicly traded company now, but it will be in the future. So if you're watching this and it is publicly traded, this video is just to kind of give you an explanation about what you might be buying. So what is Stripe and why is it going to be such a massive IPO? Well, it is an online transaction processing company. So it processes payments done over the internet. And I will explain kind of why it's so popular, and I will explain, well, what makes it a little bit different. Now, there is a storm outside at the moment, so if you do hear any kind of background loud noises, then I do apologize. Now, online transactions are quite a tricky process. There is a lot of standards that have to be kept, there is a lot of security issues, and there has to be a lot of communication between the person, well, buying the product, selling the product, the financial services, the banks. There is a lot of communication and it can be very difficult for a single company to maintain that themselves. If I'm starting a website and I want to sell products on this website, I need to have some form of financial transaction provider, or I have to do that myself. And for me to do that myself, I would have to meet quite a lot of criteria. Criteria that if I'm a startup or I'm just starting to sell products, that would be highly time consuming and also highly expensive. So 99.99999% of the time it is better to actually just use a third party, which in this case is Stripe. So Stripe offers a way for online websites to sell products and process the transactions for those products, and it also provides a lot of information on what is being sold, when it's being sold, where it's being sold to, so that you can actually see the information that you need and be able to track the analytics of how your store is doing. Now, Stripe actually has a lot of big name customers, Amazon and Shopify included. Now, what makes Stripe so popular is the fact that it offers a variety of APIs, and API stands for Application Programming Interface. I will try and explain that as best I can without getting too technical, so please bear with me. So for me to do that, I'm going to have my imaginary website. This website is going to be I'll go back to the Red T-shirt Co because I'm wearing a kind of red t-shirt. So Red T-shirt Co. It is an online website where I sell only one product, red t-shirts. And when you add that single red t-shirt to your basket and then you check out, I want the experience of going through that entire checkout process to build trust with my brand, the brand that is Red T-shirt Co. And for me to do that, I can't have, when you add this product to your checkout, you get taken to some third-party application to process the transaction. It's a bit like when you've ever visited a website and you saw a product on the website and then you click to try and buy the product and it takes you to a link on Amazon. For me, when you are trying to build a brand, you have to build trust with yourself, because if you have a website that you are selling products on, but it takes you to some other website to buy the product, you're never really going to build the relationship with the brand that you want. You're going to build the relationship with who you buy it from, which in this case isn't the website that you made, it's the website that you process the payment on. You may make the money, but you lose that sense of trust. So I want the entire flow of it to look and match the theme of my website so that you can build the trust from the entire checkout process. So rather than using a third-party application embedded in your own website, you just use an endpoint. And what you do is on your website, you build a form with inputs, the form with inputs that you would kind of see in a checkout. Now, what actually happens is when you press send, All of this information gets encoded and changed into a request format that is then sent to an API, which is like another website or another application on the internet. So all of that information doesn't necessarily go to the same website that you are on. It goes to a trusted endpoint somewhere else on the internet. So an endpoint is just a URL, and an example of a URL would be www.google.com or www.youtube.com or https://youtube.com. These are just examples of endpoints, and endpoints are just another address of a particular server or computer on the internet. In this situation, that information gets encoded and then sent securely over the internet to Stripe's own application. An application that processes the transaction, does everything that needs to be done, and then sends a response back to let you know whether the payment has been successful or not. Now, you use these types of forms pretty much every day. Google, when you go in Google and you type in something in the search bar, you send a request to Google servers and Google sends a response back to you. Now, in some cases, this is an entire website, and in other cases, it's just a bit of data. I hope that explanation of an API was not overly confusing. I really do hope it made sense. But yeah, that's what Stripe specializes in. It has APIs which allow you to do different things, and you can process transactions. The APIs are specific and tailored, but they allow for customization. People can customize their own checkouts and process transactions and get specific data from the transactions using Stripe's dashboard. And this is very, very valuable. And it is, yeah, pretty interesting. So yeah, I don't really have much else to go on in terms of Stripe. I can't see their finances just now. I don't know the exact date that they're going to IPO, but I do hope this video has given you a better understanding of what Stripe offers. And if the opportunity does appear soon to buy Stripe, then you'll be a little bit better equipped to decide whether it is a worthwhile investment. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.